Okay, so this is a question and answers, and I'm going to be reading them off of YouTube. So the first one is from Testing, and the question is, are the change of clothes and shoes not only to obviously clarify how much he was abusing the money, but also his newfound personality? Obviously, yes. The amount of clothes he was changing was because he was getting more richer. The money was coming from his pocket, so he was getting more stuff. He was going to more places and, getting more things. And, yeah, he did get a new personality. He changed into a person that was more from self-driven to driven by the money in that aspect. So the next question is from One More with a question mark, and they say, is there any closer meaning when looking at the clothing and where he shops? I feel like the whole story is not being given to us and we're meant to question it. But should I be looking on screen or in my thoughts? I don't know how to answer that.
I don't know.
Is there any closer meaning when looking at the clothing and where he shops? There's not really a closer meaning. It's just he's going to all these different places, he's just going to all these different places and spending all of this newfound money that he has, and he's spending it on anything and everything, because he doesn't think it's going to run out. So, and then they say, I feel like the whole story is not being given to us. It's not. I mean, that's how it is. That's how we did it like that on purpose. But should I be looking on the screen or in my thoughts? I don't know. If you wanna look in your thoughts and think about it more, then go right ahead. But what's on screen is what's being told. So the next one is from ZZ Top, and he says, do you think the character was driven insane by the money, by the thought of not knowing where to spend it? By not knowing where to spend it, or do you think he was just always insane? I mean, he was always insane. Personally, this guy, he really didn't have that much motivation, and he really didn't have a life until he got his pants that started giving him random money. And when he started getting all this money, he really got self-driven to do not a whole lot of things but shop and spend all this money because he's greedy. And I mean, he's just a really greedy person that likes to think more about himself, and he doesn't like to think about other people, and this is just who he is. To me, I don't really think he's that insane. I think he's just like any other normal person that's stressed out. I mean, when you have no money and you're sitting there like, what am I gonna do, for like food and stuff, then what are you gonna do? I mean, are you gonna go to your parents? Who are you gonna go to? Where are you gonna get this money from? And I think when he gets all of this money, he is just extremely happy, but then he takes it over and he starts using it for the wrong things. So otherwise, I think that's all the questions. Oh wait, there might be another.
I think there's a few more. We'll go down. Go down.
Oh, right here, I think. I think that's all.
Good go.
Okay, so there's one more question, and it's from Cinematics. And it is, do you purposely include social commentary as a backbone for all your short films? We don't include it as a backbone. We include it because some people would like to know what is happening if they can't understand it, or if they have questions, or if there's something that we're not clarifying, or, I mean, just like and who's in it and who is, you know, a part of it. I mean, obviously you want to see who the cast is and whatnot, and you want to see the bloopers and all the funny stuff. So, the two of you have released so far have played with themes and concepts of insanity, madness, anger, loneliness, betrayal, and deception, and both have stood the test of time. Typo was my second favorite of Horror Fest, by the way, and I think this is due to the message that they are telling us, no matter how subtle they are inserted within. Was wondering if my consensus was what you were going for, or if you were aiming something entirely different. These are hard questions. I'm trying really hard to answer them, but we do like to play with themes that are, you know, messed up, because we like to think about things in a different way of how other people do them, and we really like to mess with insanity because it's just a really fun thing to do, because you can make things, I mean, so different in your own way and try to make it so the audience is like, what the heck, or like, you know, what is happening. So we do play with insanity, madness, I mean, loneliness. We play with loneliness a lot. I mean, like, I think all of our characters are lonely. I mean, there's at least 3 or 4 short films that we've done that the characters are lonely as heck, and I mean, even the character in this, he was extremely lonely. I mean, he had nobody, you know, and you only really get to see one of his friends, and that is, you know, Jared, and all he's doing is giving him these pants. I mean, so that's all he really has for support, and yeah, so